Hello, good morning, and welcome back to New Day here live on TV3. It's time for a very special interview for you. And in 2014, the Ghana Telecom Awards awarded the Corporate Social Responsibility Company of the Year Award to Tigo Ghana. Now, since then, it's launched a new CSR program, Shelter for Education. And to give us more information on that particular CSR program, we have with us in the studio Gifty Bingley. She's the Director of Corporate Communications and the Corporate Social Responsibility at Tigo. Good morning, Gifty.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Good to see you again. Tell us about Shelter for Education.
Shelter for Education is our new CSR initiative, bigger one that we are currently running on television. And it's just an initiative where we look at schools that need help, so in terms of infrastructure support. Schools that are under trees, schools that are under sheds, schools that need renovation. And our gift to them as Tigo is to provide them with a nice, conducive, comfortable place,
That they can
fully furnished, that will change the lives of these children, that they can actually go to school like any regular kid and enjoy classroom and enjoy proper lessons.
Okay. I mean, when it comes to shelter for those who are in need, there are various aspects that you could have looked at. Why particularly education?
We looked at education because over the period, we've got these change leaders as a project that we run where we look at young entrepreneurs and the things they're doing in communities.
Okay.
And the bulk of them actually work in rural areas, and most of them also worked with children from these rural areas. It's something we've done over the period. So in looking at what CSR initiative we could look at, we discussed various things. So things about health, things about livelihood empowerment projects and all that. But we felt it made business sense to keep coming back to education because indirectly we were already investing into these change leaders.
Right.
So we decided, let's look at it. And in looking at it as well, we thought, I mean, if we gave them school uniforms, they would still go and sit under the shed. If we gave them books, they would still use it there.
Right.
And so when actually we got on location on a lot of the schools, seeing the state and the condition in which the children were in, and I personally went to Tupa MA Basic School. I remember the day we got there, just about 5 minutes, it started raining. And
you felt the full brunt of it.
We just had to run into our vehicle to seek shelter. And these children literally had nowhere to go.
Right.
And I mean, it was, for us, it left us quite emotional. It urged us on to want to do more for these schools and to do more for these children. So we thought, let's look at a bigger investment that really will touch generations and different sets of children. And that was the infrastructure.
Okay. But when it comes to schools that need improvement, schools that are operating under trees and sheds, there are various all around the country. When it came to scouting, how is it that you did your selection process? Because, I mean, I could count maybe about 3 or 4 schools that I know myself, which are probably even closer. So how did you actually locate and how did you choose which schools that you would actually undertake this project with?
We opened it up. We've got regional managers. Tigo's got regional managers all around the country. So we opened it up and we said, look for schools within the communities where you work and bring them. We got tons of them. We got tons also even from our colleagues in the media, journalists who've worked in, different communities and all that. So they all brought it together. And then we had to decide which schools do we do, what do we prioritize. So we looked at them and we said, well, whichever school we pick has to be a school that is really in need. That was the first call we had to make. We said, we wanted GES accredited schools because some of the schools are private.
Right.
Some of them are also church-based. They've not yet been absorbed by GES. So even if you decided to do the infrastructure for them, getting of teachers, qualified teachers, materials and all that would be quite a struggle. So we put a few of these caveats down, and then we started the process of eliminating. And then some also, when we got to location, we saw that actually somebody had started, either an NGO or somebody of that sort had started building already.
Right.
And we couldn't do it because they had laid the foundation. Exactly. So some of them we had to let go. But, through the process of having these indicators, we started watering down and eliminating, and then we selected the schools that we felt really were in need.
Okay. How many schools have you done, and whereabouts are they located?
We've done a total of 6 schools so far.
Congratulations.
So thank you, and it's a lot of work.
It is, yes.
And for all these 6 schools, so 4 of them actually were built from scratch, foundation to roofing to furnishing, table, chairs, and everything. And we did 6 classroom blocks. We did headmaster's office. We did staff common room. We did toilet facilities. 2 of them, which is Dimabi in the northern region, is in Tolong, and then Obuasi, which is in the Ashanti region. They were renovations, but some of them even required pulling parts of the building down before putting a new one up altogether. So for Obuasi and Dimabi, they were renovations. But for Tupa, so we did the Tupa MA Basic School. We've done the Adeso Obinyao Basic School, which is in Adeso. We've done Edra Ehiawengu Basic School, and we've done Banda Hinkro. For all of them, we had to build from scratch, so from foundation through to the process of furnishing.
Now, obviously, once you've done everything, you got to hand it over to the school, the pupils, the teachers. I can't imagine the feeling that you guys have when you actually do this. Explain it to us, because I'm sure even the kids alone, the smiles on their faces could probably just make you break down.
When we first thought about the project and we actually started it, we knew it was big, but we had no idea. And I mean, from my own personal experience, I remember, I think it was in Dimabi that we went to hand over the school. And then afterwards, I had a little boy, about a 4-year-old, walk to me and say, "Madam, God bless you." I mean,
that's enough.
It was overwhelming. Yeah. Even now talking about it, exactly. I'm wetting up because it's been really, really, really amazing. The feedback, the responses, seeing the transformation from what it was. Obuasi, for instance, these were kids that had both physical and mental challenges. So some of them had, different conditions. And the school they were in, the environment, the compound, it was literally, I mean, these people, is enough that they have their own physical and mental challenges. But to be in that kind of environment as well, which doesn't support them. And I remember the day we drove into Obuasi to officially hand over the school. And these kids, as soon as we just drove in, they just gathered around the car. They started mopping, Tigo, Tigo, Tigo. We got down, and the hugs from the kids, the excitement on their faces. Some even couldn't believe that, is this mine? Is this for me? And you go like, yes. And they're like, so emotionally, it's been brilliant.
Can imagine.
It's been brilliant.
Congratulations once again. Okay, now a lot of large companies, organizations get involved with these kind of projects. And yes, like you said, you've been around, you've seen people start things. You've started some stuff and you've actually completed some stuff as well. What's the future of this particular project? Are we going to see more, or is it going to be left by the wayside like some other organizations have?
We can't. Even if we try to, the communities won't let us, because now Tigo and the communities, these have become Tigo-owned communities as well. So even beyond the things we've done for them, we've put in place certain measures. So, for instance, we will repaint the school every year, and we're doing employee volunteerism. We've got laptops and Kindles and tablets and stuff like that, because now actually they have the infrastructure. So if you decided to do an ICT center or a digital data center, you're guaranteed that there's the infrastructure. It will be safe. It will work. There's electricity. So we will continue to invest in these schools, and there are plans. We're still doing the handing over. We've got about 3 schools left. So when we're done with that, we'll begin the next phase, where is what more can we add, because we want these schools to be digitally inclined as well, for some of the kids. Because when we're doing some of the handing overs as well, we've got this mobile van. It's a digital van that we travel around rural communities and teach children, this is a computer. And, you'll be amazed that for some of the kids in the rural areas, just the fact that they press the touch button on the laptop to switch it on, it's like, wow, they've done something amazing and something totally different. So these things encourage us, and we want to do more with them. So we're going to go back to these schools. We're going to invest further into these schools. We're going to support the teachers. We're going to support the children.
Okay. Now, it's also been developed into a television series, hasn't it?
Yes.
Yes, which will be here on TV3.
It's actually started showing on TV3 already.
Well, there you go. You see. So tell us about that. How many episodes have we got?
So we've got 7 episodes for each school. And the way we shot it was that we wanted to document the whole process of putting up the school. So we looked at it either from the perspective of the parent, or from the child, or from the teacher, or from somebody in the community. So the story as is told by them, and the transformation as is felt by them, because we believe this is a good story, and good stories need to be told and need to be shared. I mean, I showed one of the short videos to you.
Very, very nice.
Exactly, and quite emotional. You know, it makes it real as well, because these are real people. Sometimes we sit in a car and we think, you know, the world is travel out into the rural areas, and it's a completely different world on its own.
It is indeed. Gifty Bingley, I want to say congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And Tigo. This is Gifty Bingley. She's the Director of Corporate Communications and Corporate Social Responsibility at Tigo Ghana. And once again, congratulations on your initiative, and continue to do your good work.
Thank you. And please do keep watching, because it shows on Sundays at 4 o'clock on TV3.
All right, so Sundays at 4 o'clock right here on TV3. Ensure that you do watch Tigo and the great stuff that they are doing.